And if enough people use a term incorrectly over time, it becomes correct, right? I mean, how else do any modern words have their meanings? Do me a favor, Clampery. Do me a favor. In fact, I'll do you the favor. Google the word. I've never actually checked this, but let's check it. Google the word nonplussed. Yep, it works. Nonplussed. I just learned this the other day. An adjective used to describe a person. Surprised and confused so much that they are unsure how to react. A high degree of surprise and confusion. So much so that they are unsure how to react. Synonyms, similar, bewildered, perplexed, baffled. Informally used in North America incorrectly until a couple days ago. This is the only definition that I was aware of. Unperturbed. I believed that nonplussed meant you are not perplexed. You are sort of absolutely unaffected. I've never heard someone use nonplussed to mean the opposite of nonplussed, the thing identified as the NA usage here. Yes. So you agree. You are similar to me, right? I always thought that it meant indifferent, unperturbed. Exactly. I've always used nonplussed in this way, and I've always read it that way. I don't know, like, I'd be very interested in, like, usage stats, but I just now realized that's an informal, and North American specifically, basically an antonym, not exactly, but, like, almost an antonym to what I think is the original nonplussed. I've only ever heard of the first definition. Oh, I've also never heard a living person use it in a sentence as opposed to like modernist authors. Gotcha, yeah. Well, see, here's the mind-bending thing for me, Lambrecht. Here's the mind-bending thing for me. I'm now not sure all of the times I have read nonplussed if I was just assuming they meant the one and in reality they meant the other. I'm now like rereading all, like reconsidering all of the scenes in which I've read that and I'm like, wait a second. Have I had like the wrong idea the entire time? I think it's certainly possible. I've been here the whole time. Your entire life has been a lie. So, but you knew, so Lambrecht knew, so you knew it was the like so explicitly surprised as to be unsure how to react. You knew it was that definition? I wonder how you, like, how did you learn that and I didn't? I'm so confused how I arrived, like, I'm wondering how I arrived. I wish I could trace how I arrived at the, like, wrong. Which, of course, to bring this full circle, to me, I would call that, like, that's just the evolution of language. That's not a problem, right? Like, I wouldn't call that a problem that now nonplussed is used in two, like, similar but, like, sort of opposite ways. Yes, Ryan, but you have a master's degree in creative writing. I have a doctorate in English literature. It makes sense to me you'd know more modern uses of things, and I would know bookish uses of things. It does make sense to me in that way, too. It did sound like I was being roasted for a second there, which I adored, to be clear. Feel free to roast me at any point in time. Lambrecht, you have the literal ultimate one-up. You have, like, the perfect one-up against me. And frankly, you don't use it enough. Okay, I need to make sure and connect this to everything, and I'm not going to. I'm certainly gonna forget something. It was here, right? Here. I'll hotkey that message exactly. Perfect. Okay, is that everything? You're all powered? You're all powered? Dope. Cool. Our bus is one wider. And it's going to have to be a lot wider than that eventually. To be fair, why did they make a word sound the opposite of what it means? Maybe that's why I am the like, maybe that's why I think, that's a great point. Maybe that's why I think it's nonplussed. Maybe I've just always incorrectly assumed, well, it must mean like sort of non-reacting, nonplussed. What was I doing? I was putting the steel pipes on the belt, and it's going to go all the way over to this slot, second from the end. Then you have words like irregardless that mean the same thing as regardless and was technically wrong until it was used so often that it became the correct usage. And I'll tell you, my strategy for a word like irregardless, don't use it at all. Because I can never remember. I'm like, shit, am I using the correct original version or the incorrect? I'm just going to avoid it. Anyways, regardless. Yeah, no, that's, yeah. I need to put one higher right here. We're cleaning up. We're cleaning up. A clean factory is a good factory. It's going to be good for us eventually to have a clean factory. Is it good for us now? Probably not. Is it a waste of time? Maybe. Cleanliness is next to godliness, however. And at least we're getting faster at cleaning it up. People frequently get inflammable incorrect. Remind me on inflammable. Is inflammable flammable versus inflammable? Remind me on that one. Lambrecht has hit us with the etymology of nonplussed. It is derived from Latin. No further or no more. The etymological sense is similar to being left speechless as a result of confusion. The nonplussed person can say or do no more. God, I love language. Is it inflammable? Inflammable. Inflammable means is Nope. Is it that they mean the same thing, or is it that the inflammable means... This is one of those things where I just get it confused because I've heard it, like... It's backwards in my mind, and so I'm like, well, is the thing in my mind correct or backwards? Inflammable means flammable. What a country. That's from Dr. Nick, The Simpsons. Great. So inflammable must mean capable of catching flame? No, flammable means it can be caught on fire. Inflammable means it can catch itself on fire. Jesus fucking Christ. Inflammable is extremely flammable. Oh, God. That's worse. That's worse. That's funny. Inflammable came first. Oh, and then they were like, we need a smaller version of this. Let's just do regular flammable. Okay, I think I have everything I needed, right? 300, 500, 50. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's go see what we learned. We are about to learn hypertubes, and we just learned power generators, or power batteries, basically. Good thing our factory isn't doing shit, though. My goal, it's 3:05, and I need to get off by like 4:10 at the latest. I have to go get my flu shot today. So my goal is we need to have... Can I do this? Let's see here. Smart plating. Oh, shit. We still got to do rotors and stators and smart plates. Fuck. My goal is to get all three of these on the plate today, on the bus today. I don't think we're going to be able to pull that off. We can try, though. We're making a ton of progress. Why stop now? This is so late in the conversation, sorry, but I think the difference between genre and category is that genre describes an object's content. Category can describe beyond the object's content. In case of YA, it wouldn't really be an effective way to describe a book's genre. Oh, that's interesting. Content. Whereas I almost feel, and this is like nitpicky and probably incorrect. I'm going to go ahead and call this incorrect. I almost feel like I would say genre is like a way to categorize the tropes or traditions of. But content content is like similar-ish. I mean, we get to hit the big red button, by the way. To me, I think genre is just like one of the set of categorizations.
By adding Hypertube entrances at both ends of Hypertubes, pioneers can achieve two-way travel between locations. They are also error% safer than jump pads.
Error.
You dreamed of moving across factories like valued resources, such as rocks and water, and FICSIT listened to your dreams. We watched them. We took extensive notes. Hypertubes. Because FICSIT makes pioneers' closely monitored dreams come true.
We closely monitored your dreams and turned them into reality. I cannot stress how closely we watched your dreams. That's every milestone done. And now we get new buildings. To me, it's like genre is like what tropes or traditions does it act in, and then there's like, and then it's just that genre became the popular. To me, I would say it's just that genre became like the popular categorization. It describes tropes and traditions. There's also like what narration style. That one's not very popular. People don't tend to be like, I only like first-person books, although some people say it. Then, like, what audience is this aiming for? That's where YA comes into play. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it is that genre is the most useful of the categorizations and that the other ones just suck. But I don't like genre either. I'd argue all of that is encapsulated in content. Ooh, I don't know that I would. Maybe, though. Hi, Zubly. How's it going? Couldn't make it to stream before now. I thought I'd pop in for the last hour. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, what we learned was power storage, which I will probably build a couple of just to have them, because it'll be a small buffer. Power tower, which we will use in the long run to run power over long distances, I'm sure. Hypertube. So you still have to run the Hypertube. I mean, my immediate thought is we should do one of these from the start and end of the belt, right? Like, that would be dope. Hypertube. We should build one at the start and the end of the belt. And it should be like belt, like lane 1. Because then you can just like send me from start to finish. I don't get people having so strong opinions about narrators that they'll refuse to read first-person POV. My version of that, I agree, Katilla. My version of that is fiction versus nonfiction. I have a friend who does not read fiction and is just like, I can't. And I'm just like, put that imagination to use, motherfucker. You can. Try. I don't know. There's a lot of good fiction books out there. I don't... One of the problems that you can like fall into with fiction or with nonfiction is like power storage. I can build a couple right this second, so I think we just do. I think we do. Let's set it and forget it. I think one of the problems you can fall into as a reader of nonfiction repeatedly is it's just like you read the nonfiction and think this matters because it is related to our real world. And it's like partially, but like I would argue the deeper project of reading and writing is the like sharing of consciousnesses. And frankly, I think fiction does that many times better or as good as nonfiction. And so it's like if you're having like a very limited window into what writing and reading can do for you. And that's fine, whatever. If it makes you happy, go for it. But like on the other hand, I think like fiction is also commentary on the real world. Absolutely. Can be. And also like fiction can enable the other part of it, the like we're gonna do this on the damn ground. I know it's ugly. Not on a foundation. Now here's the question. Will this break my power as I hook all these up immediately? Because that would be really funny if it did. Like, is it going to be a huge drain on the resources? It says you can configure it. Zubly says, I'm super excited. I signed my new rental agreement today, and we'll move my stuff on Friday. Congrats. That's exciting. Are you moving very, very far? Over here, here, here. Done. Did our power use go way up? No. It's taking an hour to charge these? That's fine. They hold 100 megawatt hours. Oh, perfect. It's a new unit. Okay, megawatt hours. 100 megawatt hours. Oh, boy. Why is time until full going up and down? Interesting. Why is that happening? Moving from a 4-person shared apartment to my own studio. Congrats. That's awesome. Storage charge is going up on that. And here? Yeah, okay. Just make sure it's going up everywhere. Okay. They charge slowly, but that's at least a little bit of a backup. Dope. I guess the next question is if I'm going to build a power tube. Hypertube. I need a couple more encased industrial beams. This part, oh, let's fucking do it. Hi, Formy. How's it going? What project are you working on right now? We are working on... we've been adding stuff to the belt. I'm trying to get almost everything automated. Almost everything automated. And we've also been doing some milestones along the way. We have all of our milestones done. Okay, so now we need this. And we need to just chuck it. And if I drag it, will it connect? No. Okay. So we need to chuck this every so often. Yeah? I wonder if we should put it too high in the sky. Like 2 spots high in the sky. How are you today, Formy? We're going to test out a hypertube, hopefully, before the end of stream. That'd be a lot of fun. Build mode auto. I probably should have taken a look at... Did I zoop it? Wait, hold up. Hypertube. Auto 2D. Noodle. Horizontal to vertical. Auto. Okay. Woo. We should really tear it down here, too, and just make sure it goes the right way. This just looks like a this just looks like one of those Oh, that doesn't look as pleasant as I thought. It just kind of looks like a McDonald's play place. I can't wait to see what it looks like in action, but currently just a little bit McDonald's play place. Not bad, just a lot on my plate at work right now. Nothing new there. My annual went better than I had anticipated. Family is in town, which is nice. What do you do for work? I'm going to have my annual here in a couple months, and I'm a little nervous that I'm going to get fired. You've been playing this for a while now. Are you more of a big goals, or small goals person with a game like this? Oh, I'm probably more of an ADHD person. Like, I just do whatever's in front of me, and sometimes get distracted by the fact that I have more to do than I know what to do with, and therefore do nothing. And ooh, I don't know. I would not say I am doing a great job with the first playthrough of keeping my eye on the big prize. But then again, I'm kind of like building a hypothetically future-proof factory. Like, so maybe it is. Maybe I am. Dude, I don't know. Maybe I am thinking with the big picture. All right, gamers, you want to try it? Let's see how it goes. Oh my God. It is pretty fast. Is it only one way, or can I go back? No. Wait, can I go the other way? Oh, baby. It makes such a satisfying donk. Oh, wait, for me. That's right. I was like, I think we've had a conversation about this, about your work before. That's right. I think you mentioned vaguely what line of work you're in. Carly says you started stream last night saying you wanted me to get killed, so I know how I'm voting at your review. I wanted you to get scared and then killed. In Phasmophobia. Is that better? Cool. We got this thing. We need more copper sheet. I don't even know if we have copper over here, so I'm going to go over to the other place. Now we should build a second one to go all the way back to our old base. We just have a series of... Now, I know they're called Hypertubes, but this is what the game should have called Zoop. Zoop tubes? I want a Zoop tube. Call it Hyper Building Mode in terms of building foundations, and call it the Zoop tube. That's so much better. Thanks for clarifying. I got you, Carly. No worries. I wanted you to suffer before you died in game. Got a couple coupons. I probably need to check them over here. Yeah, that's what I thought for me. Yeah. I'm glad your annual review went better than you hoped. I feel like if I worked in an office with a real, like, legitimate annual review, and I have before, it's been a couple of years, that was a source of such anxiety for me. So much damn anxiety for me. Okay, what do we want to buy here? 25, we can get this. Literal hell. Hypertube floor hole. Oh, on the other hand, we could do a floor hole. We could do a glory hole. Is it good for the company? You're right. I need to spend my coupons wisely for the company. My last job wouldn't hire me permanently, so every 3 months I had to do a review where they decided if I got to stay another 3 months. It sucked so much. We live in hell. That sucks. Number patterns. This is what I want.
FICSIT does not guarantee improvement of workplace readability, efficiency, or safety with use of these patterns, since the process of deployment is dependent on pioneer skill.
We need more encased steel beams. I think those moments of personal reflection make you think about how much better of a job you could have done. This brings on the anxiety because you question whether your boss also knows how much better you could have done. Yeah. It's tough, man. I'm in such a lucky spot now that I have work that I really care about. But the performance, like the annuals I had at my job when I worked at a job that I didn't enjoy and didn't like, etc. Going into an annual being like, I don't like this job, I don't like who it makes me become, I don't like the work itself has no appeal to me, and yet I need to go to this meeting and basically like defend my existence. Like, that sucks. That sucks. Now here's the question. Do we put a couple more? Do we put another one like right here? Then go like here to here? So that it has a little gap in the middle maybe? I don't know. I'm also the kind of person who, like, meetings stress me out generally. And if the meeting is your fate and you're like, and we live in a world where, like, you know, I've got 12, 13, 14 years, probably 12 years of like realizing, oh wait, my worth isn't tied to my productivity. You know, like I've got, you know, I'm not like 21 figuring this out for the first time. Like, my life is worth living despite my productivity. You know, like, productivity isn't what makes it all work. And still, I struggle to remember that / to internalize that at meetings like that. And oh boy. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I could be doing better. Also, you could pay / treat us better too. So maybe keep your complaints to yourself. At least I showed up. Have you played Dragon's Dogma 2? I have not. I hate when they ask you to stack rank your peers as if people can be ranked on a single axis. I've had managers hold me accountable for if a product or hundreds of engineers ships or not by a given quarter. They say these are for your personal growth, but when I notice someone could use some help in an area, I try to help them directly. Not rat their every minor shortcoming out to Mr. Corporate. They ask you to do what? Stack rank your peers? Walk me through how that sounds. How's that go? And can I do it to my Twitch mods and see? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Stack rank your peers? Should we just build off into the abyss? I think I might. At least over to that thing. At some point, we're going to have to make the great turn and go that direction. But for now, I'm kind of liking just building off in the abyss. Rank and yank is the most messed up practice and sure to nuke your company, but stocks do go up. You're telling me rank and yank is not a not safe for work thing that you do in your free time? Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking. My bad. Rank and yank is something different than I thought it was. I'm sorry. Exclamation joke for sure. Google axed it for a while, but I think it's back. Wow. So does every person getting annualed or however long rank their compatriots, like the people on level with them? And how does that ranking, like what's the end game there? What's the process? Like what's the... You're asked to rank people, but then what happens from there? What could your peer X do to improve? Am I supposed to say they're slow or easily distracted or don't play well with others? These don't lead to good outcomes. They're just excuses to fire people. The end game is fire those with the lowest ranking. Firing the bottom portion. You can have an excellent team, but someone still has to get fired because they say so. Oh boy. I hate it. I'm so lucky. Like, I'm so lucky. Period. First off, end of story. I'm also so like, I have never been more convinced that I. You know what? Maybe my old boss wasn't so bad. I am so lucky that I can do this as a job because I really can't survive in an office setting. Like I maybe I could if I have to, but like I hate it. I really suck at office settings in general. And I certainly couldn't exist in that type of office setting. I would go wild. I would go crazy. I love the Hypertube. I mean, I'm going to call it the Zoop Tube, but I love it so much. I can just get shit out and then go over here and go, yup. Quick Ryan, rank the mods. Nah, I don't need to. It's more beneficial to me to keep you guys waiting. This is like that one time when Rebecca was like, would you trust me to house sit for you? And I was like, yes. And then she was like, all right, let's rank chat based on how much you would trust each member of chat to house sit for you. And I was like, wait, this is a mistake. That said, I'm just kidding. Damn. More of a zump than a zoop. It does make a zoom. Zoom. I want to do it again. I want to do one from like here to... Here to, let's do it. Let's go like here. We're gonna hypertube our way all the way back to our old base. We'll have a way to get there. Once you said you wouldn't pick me to dog sit, and I haven't forgotten. See, that's what I mean. Is like hilariously, I don't remember that. Hilariously, Carly does. So that's why I don't do this anymore. And that's why I don't do those anymore. Damn, what won't humans do for Daddy Corporate? Huh. That's crazy. Rank and yank. I don't want to zoop up there and then zoop over there. And zoop, I'm saying zoop, but I mean the other thing. Because this gets me up here. Oh my god, I'm going to build this entire base with hypertubes. Oh shit, I fell. Fuck. I'm just kidding, I'm not holding a grudge. Or am I? Wait. Included on his end of the year review, that's what I do. For those of you who aren't aware, we actually do an end of year review on here on Twitch, where I give chat the chance to fire me. No, I am not kidding. Missing steel pipe times a bunch. If they choose to not rehire me, I will be done streaming. We give them the opportunity, and we also let people use their channel points on it too. Like it's a vote in chat, and you can use your channel points. It usually gets hairy. It does get a little dicey. It doesn't get super dicey, but it does get more dicey than I would like. In the past, it has gotten more dicey than I would like. We'll see if that continues. We'll see how it goes this year. This guy is really just doing it all solo. We're going to need way more steel beams than that. Last year I was scared. Now, one year Matt used all of... Wait. I think it was last year Matt used all of his shats to try and get me fired. And the year before that, Oliver used all of them to try and get me hired again. So hopefully they will have stockpiled a little bit up here. They do not appear to have stockpiled. No, I need steel pipe, not these. Damn it. Wrong thing. Steel pipe is over here, though. Oh my god, I'm getting lost in my own factory. So we need something that has these for input. I don't remember if we have anything that has these for input. This is one way to pick up a bunch of pipe. I'm from a nation that voted to call a ship Bodie McBoatface. I don't think you should trust a vote in that way. Of course I'll trust the vote. Never mind. I can't make that joke. Grab some more real quick. Now we've got plenty. I've got 48K. Just waiting. You're very close to cards. You should spend them on cards. Please don't fire me. So, all right, we'll tear all these ramps down because this is not the way. I guess we could leave them here. I mean, it's a fine way up if we really need it. I think Arena dropped a bunch to get you fired last year. That's probably true. Put it like here. $334. I was really hoping that Hypertube was just build a tube on one end and build a tube on the other end. Like you wouldn't actually, like the tube itself wouldn't have to exist. Shit. I'm missing stuff again, if that makes sense. Because I don't want to put a Hypertube across the entire map. I thought maybe I could just build a start and an end gate and then it would work. But that ain't how it works. What will you do if you quit fired? Or sorry, if you get fired? I will... Little indigestion will be no more. I will stop streaming. What's a Hypertube do? You zoop through it. You move fast. Watch. Yo. My big old head. Now I need these right here. Hi, Beanery. How's it going? How are ya? Steel beams are not making it over here fast enough, but that's because we have a major shortage of them. Because we only had one thing making them, and we have a lot of things using them. So that makes sense. We're not making them at a greater rate. So we should probably add that to the list eventually. Let's say more steel plate. Or whatever it's called. So I have the materials now. Yoink. Doomp. What will you do IRL without us? Oh, I understand. I misunderstood your question. I don't know. Someday I will have to stop streaming. Like that'll just happen. I mean, I'm not under the delusion or idea that I will stream until I retire. I would like to stream as long as possible. I love it. Stream / create YouTube videos, like that's make stuff. I would really, really like to do it. I still like it to this day, and I think I will like it for a while. So yeah, I'd like to. But I don't know. I think there's a possibility I would teach. That's probably the thing I would have some of the greatest interest in getting into. Or like doing again. You'd quit content creation as a whole? My plan is not to quit. my how would you say it? My like awareness is that I'm 31. I'm not saying like next year. I hope not for a very, very, very long time. But I am not under the impression that I will be able to do this forever. But I don't think I will. Like, I don't imagine I'll be 60 and people will be like, "Oh my God, have you seen Little Indigestion's playthrough of Elder Scrolls 7, 6?" Maybe that'd be cool. But I don't see myself like. What's that called? When you like take a job that's similar but different, like in a similar avenue. What's that called? What's the word? Oh my God, my brain. I have not slept enough. Pivoting. I was like, I don't see myself pivoting to something in content creation still. Like, I don't know that I would. When it's time, hopefully a long time from now, I will probably, I don't know, I might just do a normal job. I don't know. When you have to change to little incontinence, that might be the time to quit. My Dimension 20 calendar just arrived. Oh my God, let's go. Full-time middle school sports coach? Yeah. I'll coach all the sports. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Again, I think teaching is the thing that like makes the most sense. I really enjoyed teaching in grad school. Teaching is the thing that has been on my calendar, like, been on my, list of possibilities long before I ever thought this was a possibility. Where do we want to exit? I guess we want to exit like right here. I guess like right here. Does that work? Probably too far, right? Pipe is too long. That's what they always tell me. Pivoting to the Indigestion podcast one day. Now, I would say something like that is very possible, where it's like, as part of continuing or changing what I'm doing, I'm like, oh, it's time to pivot hardcore. But I think like, only with the goal of continuing to do what I'm doing in some way, shape, or form. I wouldn't pivot just for the sake of being like, I only know how to create content. It's all I want to do. Nah, like what I want to do is like, get to be excited about things, get to learn, get to... The thing that appeals to me about teaching, and that I really enjoyed, in grad school I just taught intro to creative writing to like, freshmen. What I really enjoyed about that is the challenge of making sense, right? Like the challenge of making sense, of getting it across, of like, appealing broadly to students in the classroom in terms of like structuring things, and then also doing it like one-on-one, being like, the specific thing you're having a problem with is, you know, how do I tailor this? Yeah. What age range would you think about teaching? I would say probably like high school, maybe middle school. There technically is a podcast. We just haven't updated it in like 2 years. What do you want to teach? I mean, I think English makes a lot of sense. But I would teach. I have a friend who studied English with me in college and now teaches biology and loves it. So, I don't know. I just like learning. Like if you had to teach a subject in school, what would you teach? I would not like to teach math. I do well at math when I am super focused on it, but I don't know that I would like to teach it. Can you confirm or deny you were a teacher who was super easy to get off track? Probably was pretty easy, I would say. History for sure. I'd love to teach English. I think history makes a lot of sense. I could teach biology. Like, I'm not saying I have the skill. I'm saying I have the interest in teaching biology for sure. Chemistry a little bit less. Oh, shit. Wake up, babe. New game just woke up. That was fun. You need formal education for teaching in order to teach over there? I believe, and tell me if I'm wrong here, chat. I think in Indiana it is just a certificate, and for certain it's a certificate, and then I think for certain levels it is highly requested or potentially required to have a master's degree in a subject related. I don't think, and this could have changed. I don't think you have to have an education degree specifically, but it depends. Welcome to the United States, where things are very different state to state, and that is not a federally regulated thing. My understanding. Oh. I think I would kill. I mean, of course I think so, but I think I would kill in a high school English class. For middle and high school, I think it's a certificate and at least a bachelor's, unless you want to do dual credit. But correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is a bachelor's in the. I don't even think that it may not even be this. I don't think it's an education degree. And I don't think it even has to be a bachelor's in the topic you're teaching. I think you'd do great at that genuinely. Thank you. I think I don't know if I'd do great at it. I think I would be passionate about it and I would enjoy it. So I think long term that is likely an option. I don't know that it will be the option, but okay. We need to think about what's next. Rotors, 345. Wonder if our batteries are powered up. Let's go check on those super quick, then we'll do rotors. In some places, you can also get a job at the school district and go to school at the same time. Yes, this is very common amongst people my age. Is like you get hired to teach something and they help you get a master's in it or a bachelor's in it. For my state, you just have to pass a content-specific test. Nice. Evo has some family and education. Also depends on public or private school. Totally. Absolutely. That's a great point. I sometimes think I'd like to be a teacher, then I remember how early you have to wake up and it loses its appeal. To be clear, being a teacher, a lot less appeal than being a Twitch streamer for me personally. And that's a big, yeah, absolutely. Coaching is a great balance. I do it part-time. I only have to do it a couple months of the year. I see the kids, but I am not responsible for ensuring their success on a topic and on the standardized test. The test is the cross-country meet. If they fail, it's fine. We could increase steel pipe, but that would mean increasing steel production, which we probably should do. But let's do rotor first, right? This is wait. This is constructor. Yeah. Rotor should be assembler then. Teaching was the hardest job I ever had. Lots of high highs, a lot of low lows. Interesting, Hero. Hello. I can also make copper rotors if I would like. Rotors require a whole bunch of screws. 100 per minute? For normal rotors? Hero. Hush. Okay, the problem with that is that they're made at a quantity of like 30 per minute, like 32 or 24? 40, okay. So, oh boy. 3 screws per machine? 3 screw machines per machine? Let the man speak. Stop silencing my client. He's whining at me. What about teaching at the university level? I think I would love it. I think it's much harder to... I think it would be way, way, way harder to get that type of gig. I'd love it. I think, frankly, if I had to rank the student age and maturity and level of engagement with content, I would say the thing that appeals to me most is university level, then high school, then middle school. I think it basically goes like that. But a higher ed job, even with a master's degree, in creative writing, to teach creative writing in a higher ed job, you have to have a super successful book, which opens a whole bunch of doors for you, or be probably the 3% of people with either an MFA or in creative writing, they even have PhDs now. Some people get PhDs in creative writing, and even those people can't get jobs teaching creative writing. So it's insane. And then frankly, I don't have a master's degree in anything else, so I probably would not be... the odds of me getting a job and teaching university level anything else are 0%, basically. That said, it would be a lot of fun. And if we're talking theoreticals, it would be a lot of fun. By the time I was leaving school, all my MFA friends were being told they had to go get doctorates if they wanted to teach. Yes, same. Yep. Teaching was my least favorite part of getting my degree, but over the course of the cough years, I was doing it. The attitude of my students towards school as something they were voluntarily doing to learn versus school as a commodity they were paying for and expected to go exactly how they wanted it to shifted dramatically. In which way did it shift? And how many years did you... You don't have to tell me. It's that old piece of wisdom, right? Grandpa's always like, don't ever ask a woman their age and a person with a doctorate how many years it took them to finish their degree. It rolls right off the tongue. You could teach at creative arts high schools. My daughter is at one studying what? That's right, creative writing. I do think, honestly, one of the better chances I would have to teach. That's one of the appeals of private school, right? Or art school. I don't know if your daughter's going to a private creative arts high school, but it depends. I don't know. I think they have those public in some states, but okay, I need to figure this out real quick. We need 3 of these per this, and 20 iron rod per minute is a lot for a person who just put a bunch of iron rod in the other thingy. Magnet school. Magnet schools confuse me. I still don't exactly understand what they are. You know what else we might just do? Fuck it, let's try it. What could possibly go wrong, chat? Where is it? Special? These. How hard are these to make? They can't be that hard. Okay, fantastic news. In 2011, nobody's mom was complaining if they got a B in an English course at a hoity-toity competitive East Coast private university. In 2018, on the other hand, Yeah. Yippee! Hi, IT bot. How's it going? Okay. This is the end of our bus, right? Let's just go fucking crazy. Is this all going to be temporary? Absolutely. This factory isn't getting used, right? That's what they say. Missing cable. Okay. So, plug some shit into it. Now, here's the question. How do I make a bunch of these things go at the same time? Like, we probably should do something higher value than copper wire. Is it like... Basically, we need to build a trash can here. Industrial storage has 2 in, 1 out. Is it best to just direct feed a belt in, or should I do this? Oh boy. Okay. Let's just do high tier materials. And let's do... We're going to test this system out, right? Let's do high tier materials like these. And we're just going to do 1 belt at a time. I'm missing iron plate. Fuck. We need our factory to be doing something for us. At the very least, what it could be doing... This is so funny, because it's so anti-Factorio in the funniest possible fucking way. We're going to make our Factorio, rather than making resources and, like, solving our problems for us, what we're going to have it do is make coupons for us. Because it ain't doing anything else right now. So why not just have it make coupons? What is this game? This game is so funny to me. ITbot, thanks for the 27 months. That means a lot. Thanks for the support. I'm doing good. I'm freezing. It's getting so cold here. Oh, boy. Today it is so warm here, so I am a little jealous. Although I did enjoy... I went for a run yesterday. All the leaves were falling. It was 75 degrees. I was like, oh, this is a kind of heaven. This is beautiful. Shit, I fell. Use the zoop tube, Ryan. Use the zoop tube. Okay. So we need to go from here... here. Let's do it, right? Let's just do it. This means that it will be harder for us to find extras of these materials because these machines should just run constantly now. But on the other hand, I think we might get rich with coupons. We're not going to do... the one thing we aren't going to do is concrete because we are stockpiling that in storage containers, I believe. We won't do concrete. We can do cable. Absolutely. Cable is like this slot right here, I think. Yeah, okay. That's cable. Let's do you. Danny says she had to audition to get in, and it's not a neighborhood school. That's about all I know. That's awesome, though. Congrats to her. Danny, I don't know if I can, or even if this would ever be even interesting or helpful, but, or that this would be appreciated, but if I can ever lend any, any help, let me know. I don't think I can, you know. I'm not even sure what I have to offer there, but conveyor belt is too steep. Well, then reroute it. All right. We're going to make this factory run. It's going to make us broke, but we're going to do it. Go from you to you. Oh, it's also going to take power. I always forget about that. Okay. Eat these machines. They're standardized points. Oh my god. So each one of these cables is like 600 standard points. What about that one? As much as I appreciate that, Ryan, she's 16 and knows everything. Dude, I knew everything when I was 16. Wait, do they share a... Wait. Hold up. Oh, they like share an inventory. The points are standardized across it all. So in that case, this is confusing because I'm putting in... Hold up. We need to break something here. Hold up. This one, oh shit, we should not do this one because this one is not working anyways. We should do something here. Hold up. We should watch the rates change. All syncs final. No refunds or exchanges. We should hook these up one at a time and see what happens. Because ideally, we should have a nice graph of adding each extra resource to see what happens. My guess here is that each item on the belt, each item in the game has a standardized point, like has like a value that it's worth to the shop that we're selling it to, and that value probably we already did that one. Shit. Is higher the more complex the item is. Dope. Okay. So it's like the steepness of the graph is what we will see here. I didn't think it would be the steepness of the graph. I figured it would level out. Oh boy, we're going to have so many coupons, it's going to be crazy. Brian wants to edit your kids' papers. Everyone start emailing him the Word docs. Carly, can I tell you the funniest, barely related story to that? Oh, there we go. There it is. We are going to level out. It just only, I think it only reads like once per minute. I do not want to read your, I don't want to edit your kids' papers. However, I once... Chat, I have to get off in the next 5 minutes, okay? So this will be the last thing we do right here. When I had my old YouTube channel about reading books and like literature and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Do you know the most common request I got in DMs? It wasn't super common. Occasionally, some people were like, "Hey, can you read my paper?" And I was always like, "No." Now this is confusing. Oh, we backed it up. A thing that I got a good amount, like 100+ times, is an email or a DM being like, "Hey, I wrote a novel. Can you read it and give me feedback?" I was like, no. There is no chance. Asking a person to read your novel, that's such a big step. It's such a huge step. But maybe we want something that we can absolutely craft at the correct rate. This we're never going to craft at 60 per second. And frankly, we do want it to back up a little bit. So maybe we actually do the more common things like this. I don't think we are making these at the correct rate either. So we should actually... Hold up. I'm just experimenting now. But like, we should probably chuck like that and that. Asking me to read your novel? That's like a, you know... That's a 15, 20, 30-hour task. And you're just like, "Hey, can you give me some feedback?" And then occasionally they'd be like, "I'd pay." But then, like, you're not going to pay me enough. Like, there's no way. And frankly, this is a thing I do for love. Like, there's no way. It's a level of brave and bold that I just would never have. And the problem is that, like, I get it from the angle of, like, if you're going to get your novel published, you got to be that bold. Like, you got to be that brave. it's hard to get a novel published. You gotta be your own biggest fan, you know, type of vibe. But like, oh boy. Is that one level higher than I thought it was? It was. Shit. Fuck. Would you read my novel if I wrote one? I don't read anymore, sorry. Of course I'd read your novel. It's so nice that stream is ending at 10 p.m. for me this week. A week of getting ready for bed early. Don't worry, it all ends next week when daylight savings time happens for us. I think we go with this for now and just see what happens. That one's still off. We can do cable, right? So eventually this will just level off. What we're going to do is just let it run and it will level off. And then from there, we can add and remove things to do the math on like how many points are we getting per second. That's because I basically want to do the math of like points per second. Let's get all the backlog done. Let's get this enormous spike in the graph off of our graph. I really wish I could just control, like, I wish I had more access to this graph. I would like to zoom in. I would like to set parameters. I would like to, like, we're looking at the last 60 seconds. We're looking at all time. We're looking at, but we'll get there. Or we won't. Maybe there, oh fuck. Maybe there'll be research. Maybe there won't. That'll let us control that. All right, I need to call it a stream. Daylight savings time is this weekend, isn't it? Yeah, but it's the right direction. Right? Fall back. We get to do the same hour twice. You get more sleep. I mean, never mind. We have kids now. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be terrible. I have zero intentions of ever being a writer. Don't worry. It was only a test. You failed and Carly won. Here in Arizona, we don't do daylight savings time. It's quite nice. I would prefer not to, but only if the rest of the East Coast also didn't do it. Because being on the same time as the rest of the East Coast is very... Like, I'm not on the East Coast, but I'm just barely east enough to still be on it. And if everybody else stayed the same time, that would be fantastic. But... Okay. Just wondering if there's ever going to be an end to this. There may be, but for the backlog. I feel like it would probably come with cable. Okay, I need to stop. I need to pee, and Hero's whining at me, and I need to get off here. Ooh, good stream. This was fun. This is the version that sends my brain into Depresso Espresso mode. What we're about to get, or what we have already been on? I will say, I'll have to check back in with you about how I feel about daylight savings time. This will be my first year consistently waking up at an hour that benefits from it. We're already lucky if my son sleeps past 6 a.m. Now it's going to be 5 until we can adjust his internal clock. Oh, you're right. Damn it. Oh, you're right. Sorry I was lurking, but enjoy the rest of your day, folks. That's okay. You don't need to apologize. Thanks for lurking. Did we lose your car? It's over on the other end. I'm gonna stay here though, so that I remember to check this out at the start of the next stream. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. I need to pop off of here, but I will see you another time. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like. Bye-bye.